Here we are.
Is this it? Are we finally doing it?
This is the show.
This is the show. The long-awaited, most talked about in the Warrington community, inaugural Thanksgiving Eve podcast.
Cul-de-sac conversations.
Yeah, cul-de-sac conversations. Paul and Dave's Seins today, Signs today, whatever you want to say. But I'm Paul Klein. I'm here with my buddy.
I'm Dave Bontempo.
And we're kicking it off with our very first inaugural podcast. So I was kind of, toying around with ideas. Do we have a script? Do we not have a script? Do we just talk like we normally talk and just see where it goes? But I think we needed some sort of structure. So I kind of started thinking about some Seinfeld stuff. And
you got crib notes?
I do have crib notes. And what better Seinfeld stuff to talk about on Thanksgiving Eve than a Thanksgiving episode of Seinfeld? One of my favorite episodes of Seinfeld, the mom and pop store. You have some really good stuff in that. And then there's also, if you really want to get deep, and I looked, and this episode did come out in November, the Merv Griffin Show.
Oh, my God.
We could talk about, there's turkey in that episode, so we can actually talk a little bit about that. But there's some fun facts that I found about each of these episodes, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with some stuff, and we'll see where this goes from here.
All right.
But, so, first off, the mom and pop. It's probably, for me, it's at least the top 15, 20 episode of Seinfeld. There's some awesome stuff in that episode. And there's some awesome, backstories for some of these characters, too. So I thought it was interesting to look into Mr. Pitt's, Ian Abercrombie's actual filmography and see some of the things that he did. And then also, even more interesting than him, well, you also have Watley in this episode, so you have Bryan Cranston. But more interesting than that is Elsa Raven, who plays Mom, right? Do you know who she is?
No.
Do you know what she's famous for?
That. No, I don't.
So this is crazy, and it's the first time I've ever seen this, and this is one of my favorite movies of all time. But she is the Save the Clock Tower lady in Back to the Future.
No way.
Mom is the Save the Clock Tower lady.
Wow, I did not know that.
Mind-blowing, right?
Luca and I were, when we went to the Fortnite conversation, or the Fortnite convention in LA, we went and saw the clock tower, and the whole movie set is still, untouched in Universal, and we talk about that all the time. And Luca was Marty McFly, and I was Doc a couple years ago for Halloween.
I do remember that.
That is crazy.
Sick costumes. But,
wow.
Crazy stuff that she was in that. And then also, in that episode, is Mike Rebello, who plays Pop. Now, Mike Rebello, do you know what his real name is?
No.
His name's Michelangelo. Michelangelo Rebello. So, he had an interesting career, too. I just thought that was funny that they really, they had some cool side characters that they played in different movies.
That's crazy. The clock tower.
Yeah. And then you actually have John Voight making his own cameo guest appearance in that episode.
My favorite part of that was my grandfather drove a LeBaron, and it was the car that I learned how to drive in, and it was in 1984, I think.
Just driving around in my grandfather's
car. And he would let us drive the car up and down the street when my parents were away, and he smoked cigarettes, and his idea of they had, remember in the doorknob you had the little push and the ashtray would come out?
Oh,
He knew they would check that.
Those were classy.
So he drove around with a 6-inch full glass ashtray, and he would just tap a cigarette on the passenger seat. He would shove that under the seat, not realizing that ash cigarettes stunk and that we would just find that, but that was him and his LeBaron.
That's amazing. And I always thought it was fascinating, probably I didn't find it out until later in life that Ian's last name was Abercrombie, because I didn't. You just said that Abercrombie wearer.
No way.
And then when I was watching episodes, probably within the last 10 years or so, I noticed that his last name was Abercrombie, and I always thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, I wonder if he has any relation to
I remember at the Chamonix Mall signing up for the Abercrombie catalog because my friend told me that they had a topless girl modeling the jeans. And so I went in there specifically to sign up for that, and that was one of my first, nudie magazines.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you want to know more about Ian Abercrombie's filmography. And this is a movie where I've seen it a bunch. It's a cult classic. He's known for it. It's number one in his filmography. Do you know what it is?
No.
1992 film. Part of a series of films. It's the last one in a series.
A series?
Horror
serious
series
movie?
of no, it's not a serious movie. It's a horror comedy. Army of Darkness.
I would have never got that.
He plays the wise man in Army of Darkness. Also plays a driver in Addams Family Values.
I feel like I knew that because I saw that in theaters with my parents.
It looks like he did a lot of voice work in cartoons, a lot of Star
I knew that
Wars
too.
cartoons.
Yeah.
He plays Chancellor and Darth Sidious in Clone Wars. And then he just has some other random ones. But yeah, he wasn't really that famous besides his work as Mr. Pitt. And
I could tell you more about Mr. Pitt than the entire of what you just told me, from the socks to the Woody Woodpecker to the Moulin Spring. That's so funny. You don't realize like how good the very, very side characters are in the small pieces that they play. But
Mr. Pitt's one of the best. I mean, so do you remember the songs?
Magic Eye pictures when he was trying to see that and he breaks the thing and forget about oh my god.
But do you remember the song? So there's the first song that's on the radio, and it's a song by somebody, and then he says, "Elaine, can you guess the next song?" And she guesses this song. Do you know what the two songs were?
To get
into the Dixieland Deli.
To get in,
and then to pick up the tickets to hold Woody Woodpecker.
To get in is Next Stop Pottersville.
To get in is Next Stop Pottersville. That is correct. But this
one.
song is my favorite of the two, and I love the name of the song. And it's also been my name for a couple of different fantasy teams that I've done, even though fantasy sports are.
I don't know that I'll get that one. What was that?
Honeysuckle Jump by Artie Shaw.
Who? It was Elaine's dad that listened to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next Stop Pottersville was one of my favorites.
Alton Bennis was an avid big band fan. So Elaine grew up listening to some of these, big band, Artie Shaw's, Dixieland Deli style songs, which, yeah.
I just associate everything in my life with Seinfeld. You just said Elaine's father, and I, when I was in college, went to a dry cleaner and asked if they could sew in a striped pink and white lining into one of my coats because I wanted to wear it inside out and walk down the street like Jerry in the episode when it's raining and he doesn't want to get his suede coat wet.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Some other fun facts about that episode that I found. Now, I was looking into some of the actual. So it's the 94th episode overall of Seinfeld, season 6, episode 8.
Wow.
And I always thought that this episode was written by somebody else, but it's actually written by Tom Gamble and Max Prose and directed by Andy Ackerman. So it's not a Larry David episode.
Wow.
I don't know if he was just. I don't know what his involvement was, but I just always assumed it was a Larry David episode.
Yeah,
It has that Larry David feel.
Yeah, everything about and the way that everything connects, I definitely would have thought that too.
Even everything down in that episode to when Jerry's walking around Watley's party saying, "Dentist, are you a dentist?
Are you a dentist?
Are you a dentist?"
Is that no? That was the. I keep thinking of all the things, and they're at parties and high rises and looking out the building. But when it was the Jean Paul episode where he says,
Jean Paul.
The woman said, where George is saying what a loser he is, and then the woman yells, "You're all winners," and he said, "But suddenly a new candidate has taken the reins." That's when he says, "Please, I'm much bigger of a loser than you," and he says, "No, I am," and he says, "Have you ever gone to something?" He says, "Have you ever gone to a singles weekend in the Poconos?"
Oh,
That's
man.
one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
Oh, God.
And then as Jerry's going around asking people, George is going around with the pencil with Kramer,
And
asking if somebody can identify bite marks on a pencil
and
link
arm.
that up to a human being. And then he mentions, "Oh, I know John Voight.
I went to dental school with him. Oh my God, you're driving as LeBaron, boss.
And and lo and behold, It's not John Voight the actor. It's John Voight the periodontist.
John Voight, John and Jon.
Sometimes I spell Jerry with an I.
And a Y.
Um,
or a G and an I.
G and an I.
G and an I.
There goes Gregory Peck's bicycle and Barbara Mangel's skateboard.
Oh my God.
I was just at, I might have sent you the picture. We were at in Nashville over the summer, and we visited the Country Music Hall of Fame.
I remember.
And there was a Barbara Mandrell statue in there.
I think you sent me a picture.
And I think I was joking with Diana, and I said, I think I'm gonna go ask somebody if they have her skateboard here. And then she's like, "What are you even talking about?" I'm like, "That's a deep cut right there."
That is a very deep cut.
Excuse me, is Barbara Mandrell's skateboard located anywhere in the building?
Oh my God, that's too good.
But just a phenomenal episode, and that kind of led me into, I'm like, well, what other really Thanksgiving vibe Seinfeld episodes are there? And the other one that came to mind because of the turkey is the Merv Griffin episode.
The Merv Griffin.
And that's another, cult classic. I feel like it's a very late episode. I think it's one of the last. I mean, well, it's season 9, episode 6. So there's not much left. There's about 15 episodes left.
When he goes on break and he pulls out the full 1 pound bag of pretzels and just starts eating them and says, "Let's take a break." And it's just, we're back. Oh my God.
Animals and Scandals.
Animals and Scandals.
But some of the interesting facts from that. So there's also, some people that I was curious what they did in their lives. And of course you have the appearance of Jim Fowler playing himself. Out of nowhere. It's like they find Jim Fowler out of obscurity. But here was the craziest one that I found when I was looking through this. So Jerry's, he's got the girlfriend in that episode who has the amazing vintage toy collection. Celia.
Oh, the tryptophan.
The tryptophan. Yeah. What's that in Turkey that makes you say, tryptophan? Found George walking around with a box of wine and a turkey. You got to get me over there, Jerry. But Celia, I look her up. I look up her filmography and what she's all about. And then just an interesting facts, it said that she's an animal rescuer.
No way.
So was that occurring prior to that show? Did she tell somebody, one of the writers, like, we should add this and, George with the pigeons and everything in that episode just kind of runs together then? I mean...
Or did that inspire her?
Or did that inspire... That was the other thought.
George stomp on a pile of pigeons and say we have no deal with them, did she realize she needed to save...
There is no deal with them.
One pigeon at a time. Is that the same where the bird flies into Elaine's head? Or is that a different scene in the park? Where he says, he flew right into your head like he couldn't avoid it. Is that the same? I don't think it is the same. Nah, maybe it is, because they're talking about the deals that they have with the animals.
No, isn't that the one where,
the boyfriend
she's
breaks
dating
up
the bad breaker-upper?
He calls her Big Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think that might be that one. I think
so many of them just you can associate.
But her filmography is kind of weak. I mean, she's had some roles in some B shows like VIP. Remember that show, VIP?
I do remember VIP. That's so
Pam
crazy.
Anderson.
Yeah. That was after Baywatch, right?
That was after Baywatch. It's like early 2000, maybe like 2000, 99, 2000.
So it was after Baywatch, after Tommy Lee, and probably somewhere in the second quarter of the cocaine addiction.
Probably.
Speaking of that, a little tangent, but the woman who broke my heart was Yasmin Bleeth, because she was my favorite lifeguard on Baywatch, and her cocaine addiction flattened her nose and really just took her. She was Caroline Holden. She was Stephanie Holden's little sister.
I remember her, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big Baywatch watcher. I think I liked the idea of it more as a kid, and I definitely had a Pam Anderson poster at one point that my mom yelled at me and made me get rid of that I wanted a Carnival. I don't think I ever really watched the full episode of that show. Maybe once.
I think just from growing up down the shore in the summers thinking it was so cool, and then thinking, oh my God, they can ride quads on the beach, and but yeah, I remember it was the other one who fell apart too, Nicole Eggert, who played
Yeah.
She was in Charles in Charge, which we've talked about a lot of shows, but that one has
Charles
never
in Charge. Yeah.
And there's the two, because I was talking about the other day watching the first Good Morning Miss Bliss episode where I didn't even realize, but Charles in Charge was just an interesting one where, like, okay, the live-in college nanny who could just be potentially up to no good with the teenage daughters who lives under the staircase. That worked, but the entire family didn't, so they just subbed out a whole family and put a whole new group of people. And him and Buddy Lembeck stayed and nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, they were just like, same house, same staircase, same everything. And it was like, so you sit back and you go like, okay, did Mr. Powell look to buy the house and say like, oh, and by the way, it comes with a houseboy? And they're like, cool, let's just keep him? Or like, was this just
that...
It was interesting.
Charles in Charge, I remember watching it, but I can't tell you the synopsis of any one episode. I could probably make it up, and I would be right.
Yeah,
I'm sure, because it was that like vanilla of a show where it was just like,
and every episode was the same. It's
he's
like
got the zany friend and Buddy, and
Buddy
it's just like they're up.
Who, by the way, now do you know what his alter ego is?
I didn't know he had one, but
Bible Man. He's a preacher now. Buddy Lembeck.
I was just looking him up.
Become Bible Man.
He's got a very weak filmography too.
Is his name Willie Ames?
His name is Willie Ames. I don't know how you knew that, but you knew that.
I remember that
he was in 8 Is Enough too.
He is in 8 Is Enough. Yeah.
That's the show that I know it. I know what it is, but never have seen it.
I tend to think that the name Willie Ames hasn't been said by anyone outside his family in the last 20 years. And
no one. I mean, you're definitely the first person in Warrington, in Pennsylvania, to ever say the name Willie Ames out loud. Ever.
Unless it was like spelled differently, and there's some dentist who went to dental school in Warrington.
I went to dental school with Willie Ames.
We bought his LeBaron.
The actor from Charles in Charge?
No, the dentist.
No, the orthodontist that works on Street Road.
He did my daughter's brace.
Does phenomenal brace work.
Next week I'm going to get an expander put in.
Dear God. But
Jesus,
Charles in Charge.
How do we get here?
I don't know, but I like it. Now you got me thinking about Charles in Charge.
Yeah.
Interesting person that was in that show.
Who?
And I didn't know this until right now.
His mother. What was her name? She was like the cigarette smoking waitress. Dark-haired New York
Ellen
woman.
Travolta.
There
John
you go.
Travolta's,
John Travolta's
sister.
sister. Yep.
Is in Charles in Charge.
Yeah. I think she's his mom, right?
Yeah.
She's Charles'
She
mom.
Is.
And for whatever reason, she was a single mom and raised this kid, and then I guess decided when he was 23 she couldn't handle raising him anymore, and so he moved in with the pals under the staircase and became a houseboy.
Is Charles in Charge a spinoff of What's Happening?
It could be. I don't know.
Some show, and I thought it was Charles in Charge, was a spinoff of What's Happening.
That could be accurate.
I have to look that up now because that's a show that I watched.
What's Happening?
I love that show. And Dee, the little sister, just passed away recently.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She was 60. And I'm like, how is the little girl 60? But I mean, that show it's old.
It is,
I used to watch it before school. I remember it was on in the mornings, like really early, like 6:30 and 7 o'clock. There were back-to-back episodes.
That's funny because I think I caught my Charles in Charge infatuation in like 89, 90 at 3:30. May have been a year or two older than that because I think I was a Ghostbusters Ninja Turtles guy on the Family Channel, which was channel 27 at the time, and then I think I picked up Charles in Charge.
Yeah, there was a short window where I definitely watched that show. I just, like I said, I don't remember anything about it. And that's like a lot of those shows in that era. I think that another one for me like that would be Small Wonder.
Oh my God, Vicky, right? Vicky was
and
the
I probably
robot's name?
saw them all, but I don't remember any one
Silver
episode.
Spoons.
And everybody thought that the little kid, the brother, was Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
I remember that was, pre-internet, grade school. They're like, the brother from Small Wonder is Billy Corgan. I'm like, no, that's probably not true, but...
Billy Corgan, I was just watching videos of him last night, actually, answering questions about his own music on the street in New York. It was pretty good.
He's an interesting guy. I mean, now he's expanded out into the wrestling world. He's like the owner of NWA
He owns
Wrestling.
NWA. He was
to
like very
revive
into
it.
the like super low level circuit. That's an interesting thing too. That's probably another 6 series episode. But the different circuits and how at different times you could own certain people and I remember being very interested in like WWF wrestling, but it didn't come around a lot when we were kids. But Neshaminy High School and Woodhaven Sports Center used to have like very low level.
The local.
I saw Junkyard Dog. I saw the Pitbulls.
Rest in peace, JYD.
Ken Patera, Captain Lou Albano.
Ken Patera.
Yeah,
I think Ken Patera.
he was an Olympian.
He was
like
Olympian.
the first Kurt Angle.
He was. He was the original Kurt Angle without mic skills. He'd probably just talk like a babbling idiot.
Yeah, that was it.
He was in the. Speaking of Ken Patera, and this all ties into
Again,
Thanksgiving.
who
as well.
said Ken Patera's name?
Nobody.
In the last 20
His mom
years.
hasn't even said. Well, his mom's long gone.
Yeah.
But he was in the original Survivor Series main event match. Do you know what the original Survivor Series main event match was? And the teams, if you looked at them, you would be like, how were these the good guys and how were these the bad guys? Because it was flip-flop that
What
year
year
for some
was it?
reason. I want to say 87.
Mm-hmm.
I can look it up right now, but Survivor Series
87, was that pre-earthquake? And when Hulk had
Oh yeah,
tugboat?
this is long before that.
That was 92-ish?
This is still Hogan going up against
Andre the Giant?
yeah, Hogan and Andre's teams were the two teams.
Oh,
So-
this is when Andre was the villain side.
Yeah, and looking at this picture, it's kind of sad because nearly every competitor on
They're all
both
dead.
sides is gone.
Was
There's
Ravishing Rick
two
Rude a
guys
part of
still
that?
alive. Ravishing Rick Rude was on Andre the Giant's
He was
team,
in it. Okay.
along with King Kong Bundy.
Okay. Was Jake the Snake in it?
Jake the Snake was not in it. Hogan's team. This is interesting because I vaguely remember this. I mean, I was 4 years old, but it's Hogan, Bam Bam Bigelow,
Wow.
Ken Patera, Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful,
Mr. Wonderful.
and Don the Rock Morocco. Wow. And
And I didn't realize Bam Bam was getting WWF money in '87 because he bounced back and forth, and then he did a really nice run in ECW.
oh, yeah.
But I didn't realize he was. I guess I didn't realize he was that close in age to those guys. I thought he was a little bit younger.
He probably was younger. I want to say he was really young here. Probably
He probably had to be.
Hogan was probably.
Is there a picture there?
Yeah.
Does he have the flames tattooed on his
Oh yeah.
head yet?
Yeah.
Oh, he does. And he's got the same outfit. Wow.
Yeah.
He almost looks like a transplant in
Because
that
he's
picture.
in the original WrestleMania Nintendo game.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Which I have
he
downstairs.
does the cartwheels.
I have that
Yeah,
downstairs.
and I don't really remember him. And there's definitely an LJN figure of Bam Bam Bigelow. It's probably one of the harder ones to find,
gotta
but it
be.
exists. And yeah, I feel like his early WWF career fizzled out quick, and I think he might have gone.
Where did he go? To the independent circuit? Because he wasn't in
He
WCW.
had to have for a while.
No, he
might
might
have
have
went
been-
to Japan too.
But he might have went to WCW. Remember when his outfit changed from black to purple?
Yes, that was when he came back. Remember
Yeah.
when he fought Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah. Wow, dude, that's crazy. I wonder
Yeah.
if I ever saw him fight live.
And then he really made a name for himself when he went to ECW.
That was the
The
whole
triple
thing.
threat.
That was, that was some of my favorite, watching that 10 o'clock at night after you got home from, like, an 8th grade party where hopefully you made out with your girlfriend who you didn't talk to for the entire week. And then you'd go home. That was, like, pre-AOL days. That was maybe, hey, I'm going to... All right, so this is what I just flashed back to. Like, you want to talk to your girlfriend on the phone after the party, but they can't call late because it was a house phone and it would ring. So what you would do is you would call an 800 number at like 10 o'clock, so you're already on the phone. So then the girl could call you and you could click over and your house phone wouldn't ring, and then you could get on it without your parents knowing in the basement. So you're on the
That
phone
is brilliant.
talking to the girl while you're watching ECW.
Never thought of that one.
Yeah,
That
I would
is
call like movie phone,
brilliant.
and I would like talk to Kramer
what
about
movie phone?
like Agent Zero and screenings, and I'd be like, "Yo,
You've
call
selected
me
Brown
at."
Eyed Girl.
I'll be home. Call me at like 10:17, and at 10:16 I would dial an 800 number. I think I used to dial the Hooked on Phonics number a lot.
Hooked on Phonics.
1-800-ABCD
Wow.
EFG. Yeah.
I
used to have a
how much do you
sweatshirt.
think the original Hooked on Phonics cost? I bet you it was really expensive. I remember seeing those infomercials.
I gotta
thinking,
feel like it was
this, like,
three
first
easy
of all,
payments of $29.99.
there's no way poor stupid kids are affording this.
No.
Not to be mean, but
No,
like, I remember thinking like, oh, you're gonna pay $400 to learn how to read. Like,
Yeah.
who's paying that?
That was like, do you remember the other one, Muzzy? Muzzy was, so if you look Muzzy up, Muzzy was a big bear, and it was a video series that taught kids how to speak different languages. And I'll go one further as to say that in the commercial, the girl says, "Je suis la vie," and this woman appears out of nowhere in an 80s commercial and says, "Yes, that's French they're speaking, and no, these children aren't French, they're American. And they've acquired their amazing new learning skills from Muzzy." That's the entire thing. So if you look that up, I guarantee I just nailed the whole commercial, because it was on Nick Jr., and they were trying to get kids to speak different languages.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Muzzy.
And now I can't find like what the original price was for Hooked on Phonics.
Is there like new stuff now? Does it still exist?
It still exists.
Really?
It still exists.
I had a shirt that had said "Hooked on Phonics really works for me," and it spelled it all wrong.
Oh, I
got
remember
it
that.
Yeah, I got it on the
Did
boardwalk.
you get a Far From Pukin shirt? That
Yeah. That's
or
so funny.
A co-ed naked volleyball shirt.
Yeah, co-ed naked volleyball, and the one I was never allowed to get was the Big Johnsons. Remember those?
Big
shirts?
Johnsons.
Big
Oh.
Johnson.
I remember going down to Ocean City, Maryland, and there's a restaurant there, Big Peckers.
Hold on, is this fucking recording still? Oh my god, did we stop? No, it says...